What's going on, y'all? So I'm gonna do this reactionary video with Cam on Angie Martinez. This happened a while ago, but it was recently sent to me to be able to break down from an intellectual property perspective. Seems like Cam was suing a number of different people, and it all stemmed around his IP, the different intellectual property that he owned, and it seems like he got some money from it. So let's start the video and then go from there.
Let's talk about everything. First of all, I read a story the other day about some lawsuits that are happening.
Okay.
Is there a Love and Hip Hop lawsuit happening?
Well, what it is with Love and Hip Hop is this. Just basically, so Mona, been here for years, been asking me to come on the show, and I'm just never going to do that show. You know what I'm saying? Mona's my homegirl. She's cool. She calls me to partner up to do other TV shows, and I'm just not in the realm to do business with her yet. Not saying that I wouldn't do it in the future, but there was no point to partner up, and we didn't have anything on the table yet. So basically, what happened is Juelz was on the show, and Juelz, me and him talked, and he did a favor for me, so I did a scene for him. And then Juju's on the show. So, you know, it's part of being in the house. It's like, how you gonna do a scene for Juelz? Because I've known him forever, that's why.
So then you owed her a scene.
I just didn't want to look crazy because I did a scene for Andy before, I did a scene for me and DC before, I did a scene for Juelz now, then it's like, why you doing all these scenes? You're not doing a scene with her.
Right.
So I did a scene with her. But what happens is they exploiting me like I'm on the show every week.
Yeah, I saw the big.
Yeah, and it's just like basically.
So do you get mad at Mona or VH1 or who you mad at?
Not mad at VH1 because I'm hopefully, you know, Chris McCarthy, shout out to him. He's now also the president of MTV. He's also the president of VH1.
He's gonna do your Dr. Cam show.
Hopefully,
right.
Yeah, definitely. You know.
So who you mad at? Who you suing?
Basically, it's Eastern or Love and Hip Hop because what they did was it's a thing called Deceit. So basically, what I did was when I did the scene for Juelz, I signed the paperwork and dated it, but it shouldn't transfer over to Juju's episode. So hopefully I won't have to go that far and we can resolve it, but they're not going to explain me the way.
When you say
so with the first lawsuit, it seems like he was on Love and Hip Hop with his homeboy Joel Santana, and they did the paperwork to make sure he get paid for it. And later on, he was on Love and Hip Hop again with his girl at the time, Juju, and it seems like he didn't get paid for that, or they are airing it and kind of chopping it up, whatever the case may be, putting it out there and kind of using his name, image, and likeness, which again is a form of IP. And he isn't getting paid for it. So now you're like, hold on. Not like Cam, man, because he definitely a business guy. You would think about what's the show back in the day, and I forget it. It'll come to me when he is on there with when he mentioned those guys. You think about the rough Cam and the brash Cam, but at the end of the day, man, I love what him and Mace is doing with the it is what it is, and seems like he's all about his business. So in this case, he's like, hey, and y'all using my name, image, and likeness, and I already got this paperwork with y'all from Juelz, which should have transferred over to these episodes, and essentially I need to get paid for it. So that seems like what's happened. Let's see if he got paid for it. And let's go on to the next lawsuit.
What do you mean, like a check?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That check.
It's no confusion.
It's money in my pocket.
Right.
That's it, basically.
Or there's a lawsuit.
Absolutely.
Are you a quick to sue person?
If you take something of mine that I feel that you're not reaching out about, because the thing is this, they would do it to you. Big corporations would do it to you. So for instance, if we rebroadcasted Love and Hip Hop on my YouTube channel, somebody would call and put a stop to it.
Word.
So if you put the shoe on the other foot, it's like, oh, why you suing? Because they would do it to you.
Right. This got to go both ways.
Absolutely. So same thing like with UFC. They was using the Welcome to New York City. So on advertised the Conor McGregor fight. And basically, I'm not really mad at UFC or Dana White or anybody else. It's more universal because they own the masters. But when you own the masters, you still have to get the signature from everybody who's a part of the song.
And nobody got your signature.
Nobody got my signature. So that then when I put it up on my social media the next day, they erased all the commercials. I'm like, see, y'all know y'all did something wrong. I should want to erase the commercial. But I will say, big ups to Dana White because his lawyer called my lawyer the next day and we're resolving that issue also.
A check.
Yes.
Nope.
So again, that's cool too. So this one, it seems like in the movie was Paper Soldiers. I don't know why I got blanked off on that, but with this one, it seems like again he has some music. So what form of IP is that? Copyright. So he has some copyrightable music, which again is IP that the UFC had used on some advertisements, some marketing materials without his permission, and as a result of it, he had an issue with it. Seems like Dana White, the UFC, they first of all removed it, which was cool, until they got things signed, and seems like they ultimately wrote him a check for it. So again, man, this intellectual property is this some valuable stuff, and I thought this was a good illustration. Let's see if he has any other lawsuits that he's putting up on people.
No confusion, but
that's not that they pull it off because now you don't you get like royalty? I don't know, like some type of royalty or something.
I mean, the thing about it is just that
principle, right?
It's more principle, but I don't have a problem with. I love the UFC. I love what they've done over the last 5 or 6 years. How they elevated their company, and they're really dope. But I have more respect for them getting back to me on business in less than a week's time. And same thing like I did something with New Era. You know, one of my partners, we did a licensing deal, and it was just some blurred lines. So I wasn't going to sue New Era, but we need to resolve them making diplomat hats. You know, we'll do a little marketing here.
So this was resolved. Clearly, there was a check. Okay, there was a check.
Again, another form of intellectual property. You see the diplomat hat. We all know the famous diplomat logo. That is a trademark. And I would imagine that Cam or whoever owns the trademark, he's at least part owner of the trademark. And New Era, which we all know is the hat company, and it seems like they were putting this Dipsat trademark protected logo on the hats to make money. And seems like Cam maybe wasn't looped into that. And again, he had an issue. So now we have looked at the name, image, and likeness of him being on Love and Hip Hop. We have talked about UFC using some of his music, which is a copyright, which again he wasn't looped in, and essentially it seemed like they got that resolved. And in this case, the trademark logo of the diplomat sign, which New Era was using on the cap, and they need to have that figured out. So he's making money not only from actually creating the music, but the IP associated with the music that's being used on these different platforms. So man, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. I'm glad I was sent this. Let's see if he has any more lawsuits that he's slapping on people.
We
Good
need,
check,
we
absolutely.
need it spelled out for you.
Absolutely. So basically, the moral of the story is, so I had a problem. Well, so thought I had a problem with whoever. We called and resolved it 24 hours.
Done.
UFC, we called. They called. We resolved it in 48. Well, it's not resolved yet, but we're in the process of resolving 40 hours, 48 hours. And Love and Hip Hop, they still don't play games. You get what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So it just goes to show the type of business certain people do and take care of their problems when other people want
Mm.
to try and exploit you and use you up. And there's no reason to do that. I already did you a favor doing being on the show. Just send them money.
The check.
Yeah.
Exactly.
DC.
I'm into you being on a TV show though. I think
I
you're
appreciate it.
overdue.
No. A lot of people want me to be on television. Like I said, I had a lot of different offers to be on television, but
You just
You
have
know,
the right one.
yeah, absolutely. And not only that, it's just that I've been, since I left Epic and when I first went to Rockefeller and Dame gave me my own company, it's just more or less, it has to be mine. Even the show we're doing now, Dr. Cam, is like a 50-50 deal. You know what I mean? The contract isn't done, but it's like, it's our show.
Yeah.
I'm not going under somebody else's umbrella.
How much of that did you learn from Dame?
Recordings just got better.
Oh, what is going
Hey,
on?
it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that
Get that.
Everything.
Yeah,
You know
right?
what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely.
I saw something you posted that because you were like talking about Young and May and the culture vultures were trying to get her. And that's like I know that's a Dame, but Dame's
Yeah.
always talking about the culture vultures.
Yeah, I don't go as hard as Dame. You know what I'm saying? Dame's my big brother and everything, but
Not
Dame,
me too. Not me too.
Dame goes extra hard. It's just basically with me. See, Dame made hundreds of millions quick. So his attitude is, oh man, 3 million. Like people sitting like, Dame ain't got no money, Dame ain't got no money. Or this, like, they're like, do you got $5 million or do you have $6 million? It's just that you used to see him with a certain amount of money. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? And that's his attitude. Everything is like, I'll do it then. Like, oh,
Yeah, and then it seemed like that was pretty much it. He said in the video, I may have kind of skipped over it, but pretty much he was saying, hey, because she was asking him, are you quick to slap lawsuits on people? And he like, no, it's just business. At the end of the day, these big corporations will slap a lawsuit on you if you're infringing upon their IP, which is true. I break down on this channel everything intellectual property. Every week I go through a lawsuit where a big company typically is suing a small company for trademark infringement, copyright infringement, patent infringement. And again, it's just business at the end of the day. So to the extent that one of these big companies or any company for that matter is infringing on your IP, which is valuable stuff, then you need to let them know. And particularly with trademarks and copyright, it's pretty straightforward. I know a lot of people ask me a lot of times is, hey man, this is going to cost a lot of money and is it going to be a lot of time? With copyrights and trademarks specifically, it's very clear. Are you using a trademark term or the logo? Are you using a copyrightable subject matter in terms of music or whatever the case may be? And to the extent that you are, it's nothing to argue about. That's why the UFC and New Era, they just took it down or they figured it out within 24 hours because it's black and white. Are you using IP or are you not? Patents to get us a little bit more gray area, a little bit more interpretation. So that takes a lot more time and money. But as it relates to trademarks and copyrights, we get that resolved quickly. So to the extent that you have intellectual property, make sure that you're holding these big corporations accountable. Because again, if the shoe is on the other foot, like Cam alluded to, they will be quick to sue you. So make sure you keep that same energy when you're slapping them lawsuits with them. And again, to the extent that they're in the wrong, more times than not, seems like Love and Hip Hop, which kind of goes to show you the type of business that they do. But these other big corporations, they're gonna make it right. So let that be a lesson to you guys. Again, I was glad that I was sent this. I think this was a lot of valuable learning lessons from my IP. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Everything Intellectual Property. I'm bringing you guys everything IP, from trademarks to copyrights to patents, trade secrets, name, image, and likeness. You name it, I'm talking about it. So until next time, you guys take care. Peace.